Welcome to From Salvage to Show House. I'm here at Sarasota Architectural Salvage. I'm Jesse White, owner and founder of Sarasota Architectural Salvage. We've got a great lineup today. We're going to be talking with designers and looking at the show house as it progresses, and also looking at all the greatest things that have just come into the store. So come on down and enjoy the show. So here we are inside Sarasota Architectural Salvage, our 10,000 square foot showroom. I started Sarasota Salvage about 6 years ago, and the idea was, we're going to take the most interesting architectural elements that are in buildings that are coming down and save them and make them available for reuse. And it's a really, really exciting business. Since then, it's grown so that we're not only just going into buildings locally, but we're bringing in materials from around the world. And we've expanded beyond just building materials. We also have incredible furniture, wonderful home decor, and all kinds of really, really interesting objects, cultural oddities, basically just anything you can imagine. I'm standing in front of our collection of Asian screens, all salvaged from homes and other locations, mostly in China. And they've been really popular as wall hangings or being incorporated into people's homes as screens, and just really, really wonderful hand carvings. A lot of times you can see some of the places where they had been painted and they've been stripped down, so you have a little bit of that age coming through. It's just been really popular, really functional, and although it's salvage, it's not locally, it's going out into the world and finding these things and bringing them here to Sarasota. The theme of our show here is From Salvage to Show House. And I've got a couple of pieces I want to share with you, because these are a couple of pieces we're going to follow throughout the process of building this incredible show house out on Siesta Key. Well, Lockhart Builders and the International Design Society have partnered and teamed up, and they're building this wonderful show house. And one of the things that they're trying to do is they're trying to take really unique products and incorporate it into their design. So here's one of the exciting projects that we're going to be doing and that we're going to get to see as it unfolds over the course of the next 6 months. I want to show you these doors. Now, they've been painted, they need to be stripped. There's wrought iron in the inlay. We've got some nice glass. And this is salvage. This is the way it came out of a building. These actually came from a building up in the northern part of the United States. I bought it at an antique show from another dealer, and it came from, I was told it came from Ohio. So this is the way it comes out in salvage, and this is another set of doors that's going to end up transformed in this show house and made into really something special for the Lockharts and their wonderful house. One of the things about shopping at Sarasota Architectural Salvage is you just fall in love with some pieces. Now, the advantage of starting at the beginning of a building project or a renovation is that you can build around the specific sizes of certain elements. One of the nice things about stained glass is that you can hang it in virtually any window. You don't have to build around it. But in this case, we are going to build around this fabulous stained glass piece that has all the original leading, no breaks, and just a beautiful pattern on it. Another piece that the Lockharts fell in love with and they're going to incorporate into their show house. Here's another element that's going to be incorporated into the designer show house. This was actually a front door, but this is going to end up being the door on a bathroom in the designer show house. Just because it begins as a front door doesn't mean it can't be incorporated inside a house. And This is going to have to go through some modifications. We're going to have to refinish this a little bit. The other side is painted. We're probably going to have to strip that. I'm not sure exactly how the designers want to make this come to life, but that'll be really interesting to discover as we move through our show. Right over here, I have a balcony that came from India. And they really love all the fine hand carvings, all the really interesting character, and just imagine all the people who actually made this and carving it out, and then all the people that looked out through this balcony over the years. Well, as it turns out, the balcony is perfect, but the door doesn't quite work for them. But here at Salvage, we have lots and lots of stuff. So they did fall in love with this door, which happens to, the arch on the top of this door happens to fit exactly into the space that they've built at their house. So what we're going to do is take the balcony from the one door and put it onto this door, and it's going to be incorporated into the show house. And I think that's really exciting, and I hope you will follow us as this progresses and we see how we go from salvage to show house. Hi, this is Jesse White with Sarasota Architectural Salvage, and I'm here today with the makers and shakers of the Interior Design Society's 2009 show house, and all the folks that are going to be involved with this wonderful, wonderful project.
This is our third Interior Design Society show house. We do one every other year, and they're a lot of fun. We're really excited about this one. It is being built by Lockhart Builders, Bill Lockhart and his wife Lori, and it's located on Heigl Avenue at 4929 Heigl Avenue. The dates of the show house will be January 9th next year through the 25th, and those will be the days that people can come and tour the house and see all the beautiful rooms and look at the new trends and colors and in home design. And we're excited because it is right on Siesta Key, and we're looking forward to working with Habitat for Humanity, and hope that it's a big success next year.
So the design show house will be open to the public, and now do they pay to get into this into the show house? Is that part of the deal?
Yes, that's basically the one of the main ways that we raise the funds to make the donation to Habitat for Humanity, and then also to the Interior Design Society and some interior design scholarships for college students. The general admission tickets will be $20, and that is at the door, but we will be advertising them at $15 for advance sales. So they'll be available for purchase probably by the end of November, I think. And so if for advance sales, they'll be less expensive. Then we'll have special events in the evenings that will be a little higher price, but they'll include some entertainment, some refreshments, some celebrities, and some fashion shows and things like that. And those are always a lot of fun.
That's great. So the money goes to Habitat for Humanity and scholarships.
Yes.
So it's a real benefit to the community.
Definitely.
Excellent. So Tony, Habitat for Humanity is a great organization. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you hope to use this relationship with the designer house to help forward what you do?
Great. Well, Habitat's been in Sarasota since 1985, and since that time we've built about 181 houses, working along with lower and moderate income people, working families here in Sarasota who need housing. Most don't qualify for traditional bank financing, but they do qualify for a Habitat mortgage, which is 0% for 30 years. And they have to put in 300 hours building their own house. We send them to school. They have to have good credit. They have to be working. So there's a myth sometimes out there that that's not what we do. But we work in partnership with families. We're not giving them anything. We're just giving them a hand up. So, and we're about to begin the process of building 500 new houses over the next 10 years. So getting involved with the Interior Design Society and the show house is terrific for us, because there is still a tremendous shortage of available affordable housing here in Sarasota, particularly housing that some families can live in and buy. And so by getting the word out, if nothing else, just getting the word out with an event like this is terrific. We're going to be hitting maybe a different audience than we normally have. It'll give us a chance to spread the word. We'll be part of the house from gavel to gavel with a space inside the house, marketing Habitat, having an exhibit in the house, and telling people what we do.
So over the next 6 months, as this program progresses, we're going to be interviewing a lot of the designers that are involved with this wonderful show house and learning about their design philosophy and learning about how they integrate their ideas to go from just bare bones into a wonderful finished product. And I want to talk to Alan a little bit about, how these designers get involved and what their roles are and how that unfolds.
Well, when we were presented with the house from the Lockharts, it is a California Tuscan style that we are now calling an urban Tuscan feel. So I took that concept, went to a meeting, told everybody about the availability of the show house, and gave them the concept for it. At that time, I had already selected some fabrics and items that were my inspiration, and they took that inspiration and went off and did their own presentations last night of their boards, showing their concepts for their rooms.
So you get to work with the designers and then also with the builder and with the owner. In this case, the builder is the owner, and he's building it actually for his own residence. Is that?
Yes.
And so that's a very interesting project.
Yes.
And so there's some play where you go to the designers and then to the builder, and then you work things out, and then it results in a sample board, and then this goes through a process, and then it gets from just an idea into reality.
Into reality, yes.
Yeah.
The designers do pick out the tile selections, the whole bit right from the ground up, more or less. And Bill and Lori go through, look at everything, approve it, say yes. Once that happens, it goes into reality.
Later in our show, we're going to go to the show house and look at its current state, which is drywall and very rough. And I think that, what's really wonderful about working with designers is that they can translate, essentially nothingness into something very, very special. And I think that that's what's really amazing about working with designers on projects, is because they can visualize that finished product, really seeing beyond where it is now into
Yes.
that ultimate project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last night, seeing the boards definitely gave everybody the vision of what the finished product is going to look like. Just from looking at swatches of fabric and ideas and photos on a board, it's amazing what that can translate.
Okay, so there's a lot of ways to get involved, even though the show house is another 6 months away before we can actually get in. Obviously, you can watch this show every week and get that insider view and see as we progress. But you also have a website with where people, either designers or the general public, can learn more about how to get involved.
Yes, we do, and it will have all the information about the show house on there and about our organization. And we do need volunteers for working in the show house. We need lots of room monitors because it is a big house, and we'd like to have one room monitor in every designer's room. We need help with transportation and the special events, and they can find out all that information on the website. And our next volunteer meeting is next Saturday, the 23rd at 10:30 at Habitat for Humanity on 17th Street.
So obviously what makes this such a wonderful project is also the involvement with the community, and Habitat for Humanity has a lot of great ways to get involved. Tony, what are some of the ways that people can get involved with Habitat?
Well, obviously probably the best way is to be able to come onto the build site, which is every Thursday and Saturday mornings from 7:30 to about 11:30, and you can give your time to build a house. You need not to be nervous about not having skills, because we have people there that will train you. Even I can do it. We have people who volunteer in any of our areas, such as working in the office. We have a tremendous restore, which is called our home improvement outlet, which sells used building materials, appliances, plumbing supplies, kitchens, plus furniture.
All to benefit
All
your
to
mission.
benefit Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
The store actually pays all of the overhead for our operation. So when somebody donates $100,000 to us to build a house, that is pure charity.
Well, thank you for being with us on this segment of From Salvage to Show House. I want to thank our guests for being with us and giving us a great perspective on how to get involved and what this is all about and how this will benefit the community. And I want to invite you all to join us in the next segment as we go onto the job site and see the show house. Welcome back to From Salvage to Show House, and I'm really excited to be out here on the job site with Bill Lockhart and his wife Lori. As you can see behind us, we're just in the beginning stages of building this house, and I wanted to just get a quick sense of, you know, how you guys chose this property. How did you decide to get into this?
Well, we bought the lot about 3 years ago from a gentleman who had a pretty small house on the lot. It's a large lot, oversized lot, 18,000 square feet, and we just really enjoyed the view down the canal. And what we've pretty much done, partnered with Brian Phipps, who designed a house for us, basically around the swimming pool. The swimming pool is a large, oversized swimming pool, and we just felt it conducive to keep it and to refurbish it.
Now you've partnered here with the Interior Design Society, and you're getting to work with these designers, and as your house is unfolding here, can you tell me a little bit about that? How's that working out?
Yeah, well, we worked with Alan Gravesley before, and he did a real good job on a few other of our houses. And
so, okay, now this is going to open to the public on, in January here. So, Are we going to make it? I mean, you're the builder, right?
Well, we're pushing as hard as we can right now, that's
Yeah.
for sure. And things are coming along. We have the stucco finished, the drywall is just about finished, and we're moving along pretty good.
Is this an exciting phase for the construction? You got the drywall up, and things are starting to take shape. And
yeah, it is. You get to see everything. You finally get to close down all your walls. All the mechanicals are very detailed in this house. There's also a home theater system that's in this house. That's real intricate.
Well, great. I'm really excited to get in there and see it. So let's go on in.
All right.
Okay. Okay, now we're inside the show house, and I'm here with Lori Lockhart, and you're going to show me one of your favorite rooms in the house. So why don't you tell me a little bit about where we are?
Okay. Well, first of all, the total square footage of the home is over 8,400 square feet. But the focal point in my mind is here in the great room and the kitchen. Here in the great room, we have this amazing ceiling applique where we will be doing some faux work and use of Pecky cypress. And this will be the great room concept with a fireplace over on that wall, and then a lot of windows going out to the outdoor living area. And then here will be the kitchen, believe it or not. It's hard to envision. We have a beautiful dark wood cabinets that we are planning, as well as an island, a center island, and very high-end, top-of-the-line appliances as well.
Now, you're also a realtor, right? And
Yes.
That's one of your primary roles here. And so is that also what a lot of your customers are looking for, really? Is the kitchen a focal point, and then the living room? How does that work with your clients?
Well, the kitchen seems to be the focal point, especially sometimes for the wife. And the finishes and also the upgrades are very important. So we really went to very much detail in selecting the right applications for this house so that we can justify how impressive and beautiful it will be when we are able to sell this.
Fantastic. I'm so excited. I mean, we're here really at the ground floor. Well, maybe we should go to the top floor and see what's going on up there. Okay, we're now on the top floor of the show house. And I have again with us our builder, Bill Lockhart. And as it happens with construction sites, we have Brian Phipps, who is the designer for the actual site here for the home. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the features of this house?
Well, because of the shape of the lot, it was a bit of a challenge for Brian to come up with a design that was conducive for the lot itself. But felt like he did a real good job on different angles and things of that nature. Lori and I had approached Brian in respect to what we wanted and what type of house style that we wanted, and we talked to him about the California Tuscan, and he's got numerous. He's got a lot of experience in all type of house designs, but we just felt that for the California Tuscan style, he was a perfect fit for us.
So he's great getting the right professional to do the job. So you're building the house. It's going to be a greenhouse, going to be energy efficient, which is really important.
It really is a site-specific home. There's a beautiful canal view, and we've taken tremendous advantage of that. In doing that, we had some design constraints around an existing pool. So starting with what we had existing-wise, and then working the design in around it, and it turned out and has turned out actually better than I think initially even conceptualized. Now there's long lanais and loges and so on that flow from front door through the house to the back, and there's a beautiful added gazebo that when you're sitting out there is going to look right down the canal in one direction and look back at the pool on another. And all in all, it's a very friendly outdoor living home. And even up here on the second floor, you're going to have views of the canal and of course the pool. So it's turned out fantastic, and it's been great working with Lori and Bill on the project.
Fantastic.
I appreciate it.
We're back at the beginning, and it's great to be with Alan from beginning to end, because he's going to tell us a little bit about a couple of the salvage places where our salvage pieces are going to end up in this wonderful house.
We're actually standing in the dining area looking into the game room. So in the upper portion of this opening, there is going to be a stained glass transom window with solid wood doors down below. And as you look into the game room and you see the open doorway in the back, there will be a salvage door there as well that they refer to as a speakeasy door that has a little door that opens from the center of the door. So I think it'll be a great visual draw to the back of the game room.
Fantastic. So where are we now?
Right now we are in the entry of the house, and the ceiling does run all the way up to the upper level, and you can see the curved opening that actually goes into the media room. That will have a Indian door set with an arched top that swings into the media room with a Juliet balcony that will project into the entry.
Great.
It's going to look awesome.
That's terrific.
We're actually in the vestibule off of the master bedroom, looking into the office in the master wing. And in this opening, we're going to be using some oak doors that have wavy glass and an iron detail that are from the northern Ohio area. And I think it's really going to be a great aspect to add some visual interest to this area.
Well, we're excited to see how all these pieces integrate into this house.
I agree.
And to see how the show house evolves and grows and becomes a show house.
A show house. I think it's going to create a very interesting path through the house. It will literally lead you through seeing these unusual items.
Thanks for watching From Salvage to Show House. I'm Jesse White, owner of Sarasota Architectural Salvage, and I wish you a great week salvaging and incorporating that salvage into your show house.